Hi, everybody. Gloria Moraga, Political Woman podcast. So, Trump has repeated something that Elon Musk said the other day.
From 130 years old to 139-year-old, 3,936,000. Wow. I wonder if people are getting paid with all this. I mean, are these checks? And that's what we're checking right now. People from 140 years old to 149 years old, 3,542,000, 140 years old and beyond. Now we're really going, because we're looking to break the record by 25 years. People from 150 years old to 159 years old, 1,345,000. These are in the, by the way, these are in the computer files. This is what they do well.
And so first, let me start out by saying this. No, 150-year-olds are not collecting Social Security benefits. Let me say it again. No, 150-year-olds are not receiving Social Security benefits. I'm Gloria Moraga, Political Woman. This is the Political Woman podcast, focusing on one issue, and the issue is no, 150-year-olds are not receiving Social Security benefits. So Trump repeated himself again today in kind of a rambling, not totally sane press availability at the club in Mar-a-Lago. He's down there a lot, and it's costing us a fortune, and I wish he'd get to work, but you can tell that he doesn't quite know what's going on in the world or what's going on with Musk, and how much Musk is rampaging through all of our private documents. But Musk said it the other day when Musk, the co-president, was standing over Trump as his little boy picked his nose, that there are many old people receiving Social Security benefits. After that, there was a flood of information from folks smarter than me posting about, no, he's got it all wrong. They've got it all wrong. So what I'm going to do in this podcast is just read from a great article written by David Gilbert, posted yesterday, and the title is, No, 150-year-olds are not collecting Social Security benefits. And then the subheadline is, Elon Musk claims to have found rampant fraud in the Social Security Administration. There's a much simpler explanation, and I'm going to quote from the article. Quote, Elon Musk has reportedly claimed that his so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOJ, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but there's a lot of names for it, what it's really called, has uncovered massive government fraud when it alleged 150-year-olds were claiming Social Security benefits. But Musk and Trump have provided no evidence to back up the claims. Experts quickly pointed out that this is very likely just a quirk in the decades-old coding language that underpins the government's payment systems. Musk first made the claim at his Oval Office conference last week. Oh, man. When he claimed that an initial examination of Social Security, and we've got people in there that are 150 years old. Now, this is a quote from Musk. Do you know anyone who's 150? I don't. They should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. So that's a case where I think they're probably dead. While no evidence was produced to back up the assistant president's claim, it was picked up by right-wing commentators online, primarily on Musk's own X platform, as well as being reported by pro-Trump media outlets. Computer programmers quickly claimed that the 150-year-old figure was not evidence of fraud, but rather the result of a weird quirk in the Social Security Administration's benefits system, which was largely written by COBOL, a 60-year-old programming language that undergirds SSA's databases as well as systems from many other U.S. government agencies. COBOL, 60 years old. I love that old gal. I love that old code. COBOL is rarely used today. So we're sure, and I'm not quoting now, but I'm just ad-libbing, that those young punks that are hired by Musk and paid for by us don't know about COBOL. I mean, I'm sure that the guy that just graduated from college hasn't taken a computer history class, because these dudes are so arrogant. You know, the guy that's, quote, called Big Balls. I'm sure he's so arrogant that he doesn't know anything about old code. You know, they all think they're just so smart. Because COBOL does not have a date type, so there's no place to put in the date. Some implications rely instead on a system whereby all dates are coded to a reference point. The most commonly used is May 20th, 1875. That was the date of an international standard-setting conference held in Paris, known as the Conference du Mètre. I think it's the Conference du Mètre. The Conference du Mètre. Sorry, I flunked French. These systems default to the reference point when a birth date is missing or incomplete, meaning all of the entries in 2025 would show an age of 150.
From 130 years old to 139-year-old. 3,936,000. Wow. I wonder if people are getting paid with all this. I mean, are these checks? And that's what we're checking right now. People from 140 years old to 149 years old. 3,542,000. 140 years old and beyond. Now we're really going, because we're looking to break the record by 25 years. People from 150 years old to 159 years old. 1,345,000. These are in the, by the way, these are in the computer files. This is what they do well.
Ta-da! This is back to the article quote. That's just one possible explanation for what Doge allegedly found. Musk could have simply looked up on the Social Security Administration's own website. Aha! That explains that since September 15th, the agency has automatically stopped benefit payments when anyone reaches the age of 115. So when I reach 115, I'm going to make sure and let them know that I'm still alive. Please don't stop. However, even though all this is true and he was corrected and everyone's been corrected, and Trump must know that they've been corrected because that snooty little White House press secretary, she knows everything about everything because she talks down to everybody. So, however, on Monday morning, Musk doubled down, posting a screenshot of what he claims were figures from the Social Security database. And he posted this on his site, which I don't want to talk about, writing that the numbers of people in each age bracket with the death field were set to false. The figure suggests that over 10 million people aged 120 were collecting benefits. And then this is a Musk quote. Maybe Twilight is real, and there are a lot of vampires collecting Social Security, Musk wrote. He's another one. He thinks he's so smart, but he's not smart enough to read. He's not smart enough to know how our government works. And Trump has put him in charge because he's just so brilliant. But apparently, he is not that brilliant. The fact that the Social Security system contains millions of entries from people who are dead is likely distinct from a potential COBOL caused error. And also, it's not news. Listen to this. A report written by the Social Security Administration's Inspector General in 2023 found that 98% of those aged 100 or older in Social Security system databases are not in receipt of any benefits. So the Inspector General knows this, but they were fired. The report added that the database would not be updated because it would cost too much money to do so. And I can verify that personally. I have seen, as I watch Congress, time and time again, Republicans denying funds to the Social Security Administration so they can update their computers and their databases. And why? Because they want to do away with Social Security. They want to take that money that so many millions of Americans have put into that system, and they want to privatize it. They want to take it away from us and give it to the rich dude on the yacht with his sexy wife. And we have got to make sure that this does not happen. Back to the article, quote, Doge going into all these agencies with largely unfettered access with a wrecking ball, with no understanding of the business logic and structure behind the code, database, and configured business logic, and that's code, related payment systems, and integrated decision trees pose real risks to the privacy and personal level data of millions of people across on all these records. And that is a quote from Thomas Drake. It's in the Wired article, a former National Security Agency executive turned whistleblower, and he told this to Wired. Musk, during the Oval Office press conference, which he attended with his son, claimed that the payments to 150-year-olds was part of the billions, maybe even tens of billions in corruption and waste that his Doge effort has already uncovered. And you know what? He's throwing out figures that don't exist. He's talking about people getting stuff that haven't gotten anything, and there's no record of them getting anything, but he's misreading code. And he doesn't understand because they haven't done any work, because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. I've said it over and over again. There's a skill set, and they don't have it. They don't have it. And they fired anyone who does have it. Why? Because they're foolish. They're foolish, and they're in charge, and they're ruining our lives. Back to the article, quote, but just like condom shipments to Gaza or payments to Politico, both wrong, both false, Musk claims of Social Security fraud seem to be gross misrepresentations of what is happening and why. In the same press conference where he made remarks about 150-year-olds collecting Social Security, Musk said his Doge project would be maximally transparent with all savings posted to his website. The website that was hacked right away. See, this is how incompetent they are. They can't even build a website with security. But when the site came online last week, not only was it just repurposed Twitter feed with terrible security, it also lacked any details in a section dedicated to savings. They're lying, and nobody cares. You better care. Everybody better rise up. I mean it. You have Republican Congress members, you call them. Back to the quote. At the time, the site's administrators claimed the savings section would be updated no later than Valentine's Day. When that deadline came and went without any update, the administrator wrote, receipts coming over the weekend. The page was briefly populated on Saturday before being taken down at the time of publication on Monday. No receipts have been posted. I do worry about bait and switch and further transfers of wealth and even more debt financing falling into the hands of even fewer, driven and ridden by power and object self-interest, not public interest. Drake believes, that's the guy that was quoted earlier. Democracy is in real danger. Neither Doge nor the White House responded to requests for comment about Musk's claims. And that's a 30. That's the end of the article. And the article was written by David Gilbert, a reporter for Wired. I will post the link to the article, and you can find his biography at the bottom of the article. He's known for covering disinformation, online extremism, and how these online trends impact people across the globe. He focused on the 2024 U.S. presidential elections. This is something that everybody should read to your grandma, but they're in the Social Security Administration website. God knows what they're doing, and it's wrong. Yeah, we depend on judges to help us with this. The judiciary is an equal branch of government with the administration. Congress is an equal branch of government with the Trump administration, but Republicans in Congress have given up. They're not Republicans anymore. They're MAGA, they're Trumpies, and we've lost them. I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. That is my dog, Jack Smith. I'm going to attend to it. Please subscribe, please follow me, and please, more than anything, be safe.